Yeah. Alex has an awesome question, everybody. Alex is asking, would you please tell a little bit about what is its brand voice, or what is the brand voice? I'm trying to figure out what to put there for myself. Okay. So that's awesome. I can really show you that very quickly. But so the brand voice, okay, here I added it as a document. Okay. Alex is asking us an awesome question. So mine is actually a document here. My brand voice, is added as a knowledge piece, as an uploaded knowledge piece. Let me see if, yeah, this is, I'm going to make myself small again so that you guys can see that a bit better. Let me see if I can do this. Here we go. So it's added as a document. I can show you that document. Give me a second. So I get that document out for you. My brand voice, Alex and everybody else, okay, I'm going to share my screen now, is a document. My brand voice, it's my writing style guide for LinkedIn posts. How I write them is personal, relatable, is direct, conversational. I use some hashtags. There's visuals and videos. I tell it so that it knows. And then I even have my brand voice guide, which is authenticity, approachability, inspirational, engaging, balanced, visual storytelling, consistency. And then here I even have a prompt structure for my LinkedIn posts, right? So how I do the introduction, then the transition to professional insight, the core message inside my LinkedIn post, a visual or video reference, engagement elements, blah, 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 all of that. Then I even have that for my newsletter, right? So how my newsletter's brand voice is, right? It's provocative, thought provoking. It's a personalized journey sharing. Then I even talk about, step-by-step framework for achieving my newsletter goals. What's my plan, my content plan. It's a bit of a 5-page, and then I also do for my blog post, okay? And it's a 5-page document. And it has, as you can see, even my framework for writing blog posts. So it's a 5-page document, okay, that talks about how I do my LinkedIn, how I do my newsletter, how I do my content, how I do my blog, how I do everything, even emails and stuff like that, right? So when you put that in, at least the GPT now is trained on this, right? It has access to this knowledge, okay. And to make it even easier, I have a little bit of this instructions. Let me see if I can get that share or ChatGPT again very quickly for everybody. Here we go. So also I have a little bit of that inside my instructions, but I have my brand voice there. I'm not sure this is the best use case of a brand voice, because you should also put it inside, in my opinion. But I do have that already in here as well. I say how my newsletter is personal, engaging. My newsletter doesn't have hashtags, which are reserved only for LinkedIn posts. I talk about the structure of my newsletter. So I do talk about this here as well. So it has quick access, because when you have a document, you should also tell ChatGPT what the documents are and when to get it, right? So you could say, each time I want to edit a piece of content, tap into my brand voice and make sure that it fits my brand voice. If you say that to your GPT as an instruction, every time you say, let's edit this piece, it's going to be like, oh, awesome, we're editing a piece, so I need the brand voice guidelines. I need that document. I'm going to go and I'm going to compare it. You can even put some examples of posts, right? So here you can see I have some other documents. I have 3 more documents. One is my top blog post. Literally, I took 12 of my blog posts and I put it in a document, and it's there. I took my top LinkedIn post. I think it's 20 LinkedIn posts I have there. And then I took my top weekly newsletters that I love. I was like, wow, I love this edition. So I put them in a document and I put them in the knowledge, right? And because I put them in the knowledge, they're there, right? So when I say, oh, what was my top LinkedIn post that has this engagement? I even have that. It says, oh, it was this one. I'm like, oh, that's great. Can we do a version of that? But instead of I was talking about the sea, let's talk about the sky, right? So examples that can be silly today. But if you do ask a question, I can see if I can get a better example as we go along. But the idea is, because I have all these knowledge, this GPT is kind of trained on this, right? Because it has all this, it has all these documents, it has this knowledge, it can tap into it. When I say, hey, that newsletter that I loved, I say, oh, this one you mean? Or I'm like, yeah, well, no, the one with blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, you mean this one? I'm like, yeah, that was great. Can we write something like that again? But this time I want it to be about something else, right? The reference, the context, and examples is what makes GPTs incredible.